Okay.
That if you caught it, you caught it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah, well, you leading
If you
us.
don't get it,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to our channel. We are the Masegos. I'm Anele.
And I am Michelle Masego.
And we are so happy to have you with us. This is a follow-up from the other video that we had earlier. After watching our wedding, we decided that we're going to share some wedding tips or just some details about weddings, general things,
Just on our wedding day.
Yeah, we've had one wedding day, only one. So we'll just share a bit of what we know and things that you can maybe take into consideration if you're planning to have a wedding.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
I hope so. I hope I remember.
All right. So we'll just speak about general things. It's very nice. It was a very nice day. Like really, our wedding was in winter.
Yeah.
It was the 28th of July, 2019. It was winter, but it wasn't so cold. You remember?
Yeah. It actually wasn't, and thankfully there was no rain.
Yeah.
Like how it is in this country.
Sure.
I would have been a mission. I think really because I love planning for the worst. Probably I would have planned everything indoors just to prevent myself from heartache.
Yeah.
But thankfully God was like good weather. It wasn't too cold. It was just like if you saw from the wedding video, also the terrain was giving winter vibes, but beautiful and just worked well with our wedding attire and everything. So that was the nice thing about it.
Yeah, and we didn't really plan for a winter wedding.
Yeah.
Remember, we didn't really plan. We just found a venue, right? And the venue had a special for winter.
Yeah, so most wedding venues, if you want a cheaper rate, because we were trying to save as much as possible.
Yeah.
So winter weddings are cheaper. Weddings during the week are cheaper. Sunday weddings cheaper than having a wedding on Saturday or in busy seasons like December or prime spring seasons like that. Where it's very busy and whatever. They tend to be a lot more expensive and cost more. And we just weren't trying to be that way as well. We just wanted to save as much as possible, and thankfully also I love winter, so it was like good shots, and it just worked out well. And we were gonna get married on Sunday anyway because we are Seventh-day Adventists, so we're not gonna have our wedding on Sabbath. So
so it worked out really well for those of you who obviously have your dream wedding happening in December, which is a prime time. Do consider as well winter weddings. They're not so bad.
I mean, and it's people's dreams and things, and if you plan it well for it, good shots. But I wasn't really hung up on having my wedding in the heat. I'm not a huge fan of hot weather anyway.
Don't want people collapsing.
So I mean, it really depends on what you want. Find ways where you can save, what's more important, what isn't as important, things like that.
Yeah. And then with the venue, you found the venue.
So to be honest, planning this wedding, I treated it like a work project. Which I do also even in this household. Everything
with everything.
We have a spreadsheet.
Even
we
have videos,
a monthly. We have meetings for these videos. Like, okay, we need to have a meeting about our channel. It's close to being monetized now, which is cute and everything, which is wonderful. But even beforehand, we didn't even think we'd get monetized this quickly. I made sure we'd have a plan. Okay, the videos were shot. Like when we first launched the channel, we'd already pre-recorded videos. Like, okay, ideas. What are we doing? Because I didn't want us to start something. This is not our thing. Like, what are we doing? We don't really have much to say. So I wanted us to really go through it, the basics. Tons of research. So that's how I approached the wedding as well. Tons and tons of research. That's how we ended up saving a lot of money because of all the research and spreadsheets and stuff.
We have a really good balance, her and I. She becomes very becomes a job, and then for me, I'm having fun, as you can see.
Just freeloading here, just like floating
Yeah.
across.
So
But he
it's
was providing the fans, so
yeah,
good shot. We
definitely.
collaborated, so he would
Yeah.
bring his weight there, and I'd also get his ideas. I remember even when
Yeah,
I was
we
at
even
work,
went
we even went together to find
together to
the
view.
fabric, view the wedding venue, all of that good stuff.
Yeah. I think maybe the advice I can give for gents are normally laid back, not bothered, let the woman do all the planning. It's very stressful and very strenuous, And so I could see that Michelle was experiencing a lot of stress, but it became a lot better when I was involved. We're going to the venue together. We were looking for ideas together, colors. It's very nice when you are involved. Obviously, I wouldn't be as involved as her, and I know that a lot of gents are probably not going to be that involved.
With the
but
colors
just being
and
there.
the decor.
Yeah.
I mean, he was actually certain, like with his attire, he had a full-on suit.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
he was like, that's what I want. I
Yeah.
want this. And I respected. I wasn't gonna force him to wear like I mean, if you see the gents or the groomsmen, the bridal
African,
party, they looked great. Their attire was really nice. I really loved our bridal team. Like our tailor there was really great.
Yeah.
Lots of research, Taylor Lapichosi. He stayed close to
some
him.
Josie. Oh, you exactly.
What is his name? Khalifa or something?
Kilofa. Oh, Michelle.
It's mommy brain. My brain is mush.
We'll forgive you. It's fine.
Please.
Yeah, and we went to walk around Joburg as well, looking for material. And he was so patient, man. We'd walk with him.
The
tell him,
we were like this, we were like that. And then, all the bridal party would come get their measurements. He did an amazing job. Really, because I would be like, I want this top part to look like this, and then this part to have this, and like that. And with the gents, you see this shirt, I need the print to be there. Because I really designed and coordinated everything. It was really fun. And even with my wedding dress, same thing as well. But that was a separate designer. She was, I guess, more popular and more established than he was. So that's where I got to have my wedding dress made, which was also more expensive. But anyway, but that was just those dynamics, and it was really fun and nice. But it required lots of research, and I remember sending him like a spreadsheet from work with our wedding budget, like, hey babe, see attached, please see attached.
Keeping in mind that I just gone through a very hectic lobola,
But with the wedding, we had both agreed that we wanted a small wedding. And that's the initial direction we were taking. That's the direction we were taking and everything.
Until
Family politics.
No, the day is also important for family. They also want to show off their children.
So we had to make a plan, and I think it took us about 9 months to plan our wedding. Have it and set everything, and really for us, that's a short period of time if you think about it. And take up to a year or longer.
Which is
fine. Weddings
fine.
Can be very expensive, which is very fine. But we didn't want to prolong it too much, because my concern as well is that, and even with certain things, like even finishing this home, is that if I prolong certain things, I feel like I tend to then justify getting more expensive things. So it's like a balance within my head that, okay, if I take too long to set up the decor of the house, for example, or this wedding, for example, it's like I've now waited longer for this. Might as well go for the venue imitable or whatever, or like it's just, if you get it, if you know, please comment. Like that's just how it is. I'm not like, it's just like,
There's some logic.
Yeah, it's a weird logic. So I didn't want it to be too long, or too short, so that it was super strained, or too long now with like now I've changed preferences. I don't want to go out with my national hair anymore. Let me get a 30-inch bust down wig.
Brazilian
30-inch bust down. That's gonna cost like 8K or something crazy like that. And you justify it in your head, oh, this is my wedding day, it's just one day, blah 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 blah. Because tastes and preferences changed. I mean, if I had, let's say if we're getting married now, for whatever reason, we met later on in life, we're getting married now, I think our wedding would look different. I don't think it would be the exact same because I was a different person then, different tastes,
That's
different
true.
preferences, really into African prints and everything, which was beautiful for who we were then. But now you're different, you're grown. You're like, actually, I want this, and things cost more. Things cost more, especially after COVID. Hey, you know, in hindsight, it was actually very good that we made sure to get married in 2019.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
when COVID hit,
and you must remember with weddings as well, they're quite expensive because the people who are making money from wedding, like the venue, the decoration, they're literally making money over something that someone's gonna have or should have once, for instance. That's their mindset. It's like baby things. Baby things are very expensive because they capitalize on that. You only want to have a baby, and the baby
especially
won't
if
be,
it's your first,
you know.
That also got to me.
So some people tend to get surprised then. Like simple example, remember with the decoration, they just want to put marbles there. And we're like, oh, all right, wow, these look really nice. Those marbles,
and then we had to be creative and come up with our own research. Go to China Mall, get the marbles, get the candles, make sure the deco. It was still beautiful decor. But like if you get quotations for florists and things, now it's 12K. Now it's
like 12K just to put marbles. Even with the food is also quite expensive. Remember, they quote us for a jar of juice. It was like 50 rand.
And luckily we don't drink, so we could justify not having
no alcohol.
If we were big drinkers and you love a champis and champopo, you can't now not have the champopo. You know? But because we don't drink it
was a relief,
Hey, you pay for yourself the birthday. If you wanna have, you pay for yourself. So that was great. But that's also really expensive.
It's very expensive,
So, and I think another thing that helped us with our venue is that they had a lot of things inclusive, which helped, inclusive of DJ. There's just a lot of elements that go into the wedding. DJ, this.
And with the DJ, it was nice as well. You can send them songs as well. So their own in-house DJ has his own songs and whatnot. But if you have a special preference, you let him know. Please play these songs, you know. So it's just that he's going to handle the sound system, of course. So those are the nice things, and just tips for people who are planning weddings. They're not cheap, but they are doable, especially if, like, now that you can get things from cheap places, where you can negotiate certain things, because we managed to do those kind of things.
One thing that we struggled with and we just couldn't really put our foot down was the number of guests. Initially when we planned, we're like, good, we're gonna have like about 50, 60, 70 people.
How many did we end up having? Did we have like almost 200?
200 people, 201, 205, something
over 200. A little over 200.
And I'm telling you, if you really can put your foot down, which is very difficult in like African culture, to be like, no, this is what we can afford. We want 70 people. Me, I want a videographer, photographer, all of these things. And I can't go over this. I don't know that many people. Choose, like, if you can put your foot down there, amazing. But the more people we had, like, one thing we were discussing is that we couldn't have like a full-on videographer. So our photographer also did a wedding highlights video that we shared previously. And I mean, now thinking back, like, you see how we take these cute little videos and shorts, like, especially if you're on my Instagram, cute little videos. I really treasure memories like that I'm building for my children, right? For them to watch and see and reflect on their childhood. And now we can't even share like a full-on wedding video with them, like of our day, just for them to see mom and dad, how things were. How did mom actually sing for dad? For them, not even for like sharing, for them to see how our wedding, what were the vows, like, just to also see what were our vows like on the day, like, just to remember what we said, all of those things. And that was something we couldn't prioritize because now we had to double the guest list.
Very expensive as well.
Almost like triple the guest list. If you think about 70 by 3, like 210, like we were literally like that extra money we could have used to get a videographer to have a full-on proper capturization of the day. So
and another tip maybe we can give you is don't choose a venue that's close to where you were from. We were from
almost chose Durban even, man. Like, that's how hell-bent I was on reducing the guest list. And then those who really want to pop up will come. I was like, Durban. But then it was like, okay, just pushing it. Let's just get close to like Kruger's store, because I think Makiti was like somewhere there.
It was in the west, right? We from the east, right? You know,
Joburg. Like, be there if you really love us, if you really care. You will travel. You will spend that petrol.
We had extra gas, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and nah, man. If you don't get an invitation, or if the invitation is just for a couple without the kids, it's nothing personal, you know.
I think
just understand,
we were
you
still
know.
heavily, I know I was still heavily on the people pleasing aspect, like, and just I was extending invites to people that I had no business. But like, it was just because I'm trying to keep things cordial everywhere, even at work, even and it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, it's very expensive, you know. People just have to deal and get over it, but it's very tough to put your foot down there. I don't want to lie. It's something I guess you'd have to sit and speak with your parents about, and really have like a proper conversation and really express. And I think we could have done that and tried to really, like, you know, But then again, also, like he said even in the previous video, the wedding is not really all about you.
Yeah, but don't invite people. Don't invite people though. Like, for instance, your colleagues, just invite them because
you don't want things to be awkward.
Yeah, don't do that. You're gonna regret it, because you look back now. Let's say we're looking back at our pictures. How many people would you say we have at our wedding that are still part of your life? Like, you know, I'm not her. Me, still a few, still a lot. With Michelle, she had you know, when a bird is plucking up, or an eagle is plucking up its feathers. She went through that process.
You make it seem as if I'm a problematic.
No, she's not. No, not. But anyway, what I'm saying is, she confessed that there were some people she invited. Just, you know, for me, though, there weren't any. I can't think of any. Yeah. So just keep that in mind as well. You know, it's your special day, but it's a day that you're gonna treasure for the rest of your life. Whereas other people are just, if it's gonna be someone that's just gonna be like a party that they then forget about, and probably forget your name, probably forget the day even happened. You know, it's
also
not worth it.
Also, just have so much entitlement to on the day as
yeah. But yeah, all right. And then, what other thing can we speak about? Transport.
Transport is a huge one.
Yeah, we had a problem.
Sleep at the venue.
Yeah.
Put that in your budget. Sleep in the venue.
Perhaps let me explain the problem properly. So that people don't think, this guy is an idiot. He was just doing his own thing on the day, you know. So we planned that we leave in the morning from my house with my team, my groomsmen. So we planned to leave. We had arranged the car, so it was 6 of us. So we got a 7-seater car. We arranged that car. That car was the first time we were driving it. So when it did experience the problems that it had a computer, so it would tell you things. We didn't really know how to navigate around it, so we called the owner, asking, hey, what's going on when this happens? What's happening? You know, those kind of problems where we kept parking on the side, and then the brakes didn't work, and then the owner explained that, no, you must just give it some time, park on the side for a bit, you know. And then when we got to the place where we were going to, we had a stop before we go to the venue. We had a stop where we were all changing, ironing our things, all those kind of things, you know. So yeah, in that regard, it was all planned well, but then things can happen like that, you know, on the road. We were very grateful we made it to the venue. Some people might have an accident going to the wedding. We didn't experience that.
Yeah, and then that's the end of the day.
Yeah. So
like now you're just like, you're devastated because the day is lost.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously your first thought is
the safety.
My person and the people okay.
Yeah.
But after you find that they're okay,
money's gone.
Now everything is gone. So please sleep at the venue. Be close to the venue. It's like not even like a luxury. Ulale. at the venue. It is a must.
It's a priority.
A priority.
Yeah.
It's something that you should definitely prioritize.
Yeah.
Please.
Absolutely.
By all means.
Yeah.
And then also, please choose vendors according to professionalism and not because of.
Okay.
If you caught it, because if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Yeah, well, you leading us.
If you don't get it, forget about it. It's a story time for another day. We're going to share that story time because I think this would be too long.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we'll share that story time with our photographer.
Okay.
But just, we'll get into it, I promise. We'll share the story. But choose a wedding vendor. Choose your vendors not because it's family, friends, someone knows someone, you're trying to put someone on who's a photographer. Please don't do that. Yeah, it's also easier because this is your wedding day. You want specific things. You want to be able to tell them the way, and you can do that with someone on a professional. For me, especially, it would be easier for me to do that with someone who is not like a friend or family member because I'm not worried about hurting feelings. Professional. I want these kind of pictures. I want this. Make sure you capture this. Make sure this, that, and the third. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Versus if it's a family friend or connection or flop.
No, I agree with her. I didn't agree before then, you know.
Because we really tried. Because I mean, it's unfortunate. I hope things are better now when you want to support Black business and everything. Yeah. But it went really south for us initially, and luckily it was before things got deeper on our wedding day. And we'll share the story. But yeah, when we got our photographer, who was amazing, like I even expressed in the previous video, on the day he was keeping me calm. He prioritized us. He made sure that we got the best pictures. It was about the work. Yeah. It was not about whether this and that. I mean, yes, we tried. I mean, even with wedding vendors, like our tailor, Black person who designed my dress, Black woman, amazingly talented, and things like that. But we didn't know them personally.
Which helped a lot.
So
that's true.
You need to think of that. Yeah. Take emotions out of it and think about the fact that this is your one day. Yeah. Your one day.
Yeah. Please. Absolutely. Yeah. No. I guess then, since you say we won't speak about it in this video. Yeah, that's it. Then we've exhausted.
I think there probably is a lot of other things, but we just wanted to briefly share while we thought about it. It's in our head. We just filmed, our reaction video to our wedding day. Like, let's just share, what we remember. And maybe in another video we'll share how we also saved for our wedding. Because it's not like we had the greatest jobs. Also at the time, it required a lot of discipline. Yeah. It required, I guess maybe this is our wedding series now, since we just finished giving birth, and we're working in reverse.
And what tips would you give though to someone, let's say, who wants a wedding and doesn't know if they should have groomsmen and bridal team? Do you think it's better to have? We had 5.
Yeah, I mean, those can bring complications. So just to be very financially savvy and things like that, I would say you can do without them. I know, like, it's like how you can do without them. Promise you can do without them. Even on the day, yes, they can be helpful, but and it's beautiful in pictures. Really depends on what you really want. But I think just thinking of the process, and I mean, we're not gonna share the little humps and bumps we experienced along the way with having a bridal party and those things. It can get a bit tricky, so I would say it's best not to have.
Yeah, I would disagree.
Wait, let me finish. Yeah, you're on the other side.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's best. I mean, if you think of finances, I mean, I wouldn't change it for me personally, but if I were, I spoke about our vow renewal, we're not gonna have, and usually people don't have bridal parties anyway. We're not gonna have that. It's just not necessary. I don't think it's like a need or like a must. It's beautiful to go through the journey with your friends, but I think us getting married young as well, not everyone's finances were up to par, and it can just add strain. Like, if we really go into the truth of the matter there, so realistically speaking, think about that as well. We could have done without it. Just also it can kind of strain relationships as well. could have done without that. Sometimes you fall out with these people, they're not even there in your life anymore, and now you see them in your pictures, and if your daughter asks you, where's Mang Mang? You're just thinking to yourself, could have actually done without it. You know, all of those dynamics. So that's why I think it saves a lot of money as well. Even if like you get them to pay for themselves, ideally you would want to sponsor something with everyone, but it just adds a little financial strain, I feel. And if you're on a budget, you can really do without it, to be honest. But if you really have a team and you want that, good shot.
Yeah, because it's really nice with the team. You know, and
the dancing
everything's
and everything.
always nice when it's with the team, you know. And those kind of bumps that she's also speaking about, where you one is late when we're rehearsing, so the other one needs to practice alone now, and they're holding us back. Those others can't come to practice. They have commitments elsewhere, or they are somewhere. Those kind of things.
It's just like, I don't know. There's pros and cons to it. I mean, wouldn't change anything now. It's done. We had a great time. We're still on good terms with most of them, so it is what it is. But like, it just really can be stressful. You know? Just
no, let me defend the good part.
Okay, sorry.
The negatives. It was a great
We're just
day.
being pragmatic.
Yeah. So it's really nice when you have your team. When you choose someone, when you choose, let's say, a best man, for instance, also choose someone who's also going to be responsible. You know, it's not just based on the emotion and the love you have for them. Also think of those things, because they are duties, you know. And you walk into this when someone asks you to be like their best man, you thinking, wow, they're honoring me so much, it's going to be incredible. You don't really think about the responsibility that goes to it as well. And
because it's a responsibility. It's like asking someone to be, I mean, this Western culture thing of godparent. God, like, should we die, you're taking those kids, kind of thing. I guess with that Western culture, you don't think about that. You just think,
think about, they're honoring me so much.
They want me to be the godparents of their beautiful kids.
But raising a child, you know, that's a great example you used there. So and my best man was incredible. So I'm just saying, I'm speaking in general. He was incredible. He was very responsible. He's like a big brother to me. So and always available. And it was very nice. That was someone that whenever you look for me, you always find me with them, you know. So that's another big bonus about it. So so I'm just giving a heads up about that, the selection. It is always better to be a smaller team than a big team. I've heard people have had 10. Like 10 a piece, 10 guys, 10 ladies.
I mean, it sounds like a good time, but to get to that good time,
remember, the bigger the team, the bigger the problems.
I mean, the nice thing about the wedding party is always the reception, the entrance, the cool dances,
it just looks so wonderful.
Looks so great. It looks like a great time, so coordinated.
And creates an atmosphere.
It creates the best atmosphere, and probably that's why people think, I need a wedding party. But you and your man can also come up with something, or it's just my thing. But anyway.
Those kind of things, you know. No, guys, I think we're gonna leave it there. We don't want this video to be too long.
But let us know if you want a part 2. We can.
Whoever's making speeches, make sure you don't introduce people. It's fine. People will meet, they'll mingle, they'll have an opportunity to talk. You can't
exactly tell what your parents should do and shouldn't do. But like with wedding planning, but that's something you should try. I guess we couldn't have anticipated that happening. It's not something you can be like, hey, make sure your speech, you know.
But now you're watching this video, so just maybe the people who are going to do speeches, just give them that heads up. Hey, remember, you're going to have this amount of time, and you address the people that are getting married on the day, you know, as primary.
I think one thing we couldn't do because of time, we couldn't have like a father-daughter dance. Or groom and mother dance. You know, it's just, it was those special moments. I mean, I think about it often. You know, like, that's probably something I'm going to think about in future, like when that awful day comes and my father is no more here, I didn't get that moment with him.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
God willing, he's still alive at our vow renewal that we will have. And we'll be able to do that same thing for my husband as well. My precious mother-in-law is there, able to dance with our parents and have that special time with our parents, and just like really have like a close-knit thing with them where we get to really be in the moment with, I guess, those that are really intimate and mean the most, you know. I think one pro also with having extended family is that my grandfather was there when he was still alive, and we have a beautiful photo with him. Amazing photo I cherish so much, because now we don't have any parents between us. And he was able to attend my wedding and be there, and we were able to take that photo with him. So that's the beauty about having, you know, family there and those memories, and like having that celebration. You get to see those memories that you got to spend and have with people that, you know, later are no more.
So don't compromise with the photograph and the videographer, guys.
Please.
Those are.
It's not about skin color, guys.
They're probably as important for the wedding as you guys are as well, you know. Those are
you
the
need
guys
someone who's proper. Because imagine someone flops with. I've heard stories of someone who flopped with the photos, lost the photos, irresponsible, the mess. Now you have nothing. You just have hoping iPhone pictures. But some people are like, I don't want any recording at my wedding. Then what? You know, there are people, and they understand, they want people to be in the moment. What helped us, because we didn't have a videographer, we had people who took. So I have videos of us doing the handshake, videos of, I think, our vows, which we're gonna rehearse. Videos of me singing for him. They're not super clear and as professional and stuff like that, but it's those special moments that were taken, and also like the sermon that was preached by our pastor who wed us. You know, like just a little snippet of that, and you know, the love he poured into us. You know, that we can reflect on. But don't compromise on that, please.
All right, guys. No, thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and share the video with others as well. Let us know if you're planning a wedding or you have questions about weddings. We did ours 5 years ago, so we have experience. We're qualified. And things, maybe experiences you might have gone through when you were in a wedding, you attended a wedding as the bride or groom or a guest. Any heads up you might want to give us, so that we can also share as well with others. We can do interact. Like we're a family, please. And please, guys, let's get to 1,000 subscribers.
Who knows? Maybe by the time this video is up, we would have hit. I hope. Maybe we'll be close. Who knows? If we have, thank you. If not, subscribe.
Cheers, guys. We love you. Bye.